first though, I suppose you must be happy pre-season is over, first competitive match on the horizon.
Yeah, it's a pretty stressful time pre-season. As you can see today, with the change of weathers and training venues and everything else, and whether the pitches are going to be too soft or whatever. So yeah, it's good to get that out of the way and just focus now on the season starting.
Overall, Neale, how happy are you with the makeup of your squad, and I suppose how the pre-season has gone?
Very happy. I think that we've started to see in the last couple of pre-season games that we've played that what we've been working on is going okay. Obviously, improvements can be made, but the general makeup of the squad I'm happy with. We've got good quality in depth and good young players.
You talk us through the signings you have made, what they're going to bring to the fold.
Every signing I've made. Right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Liam Bossing in goal is a very good keeper, commanding keeper. Good quality, good experience. Obviously, of playing in Belgium and the UK. Just obviously needs more games, and the more games he plays, the better he'll get. Sorry, right. Joe Redmond, we've got on loan from Birmingham. He's very good quality on the ball. Exactly what we want from a centre back, being able to play, but also commanding and communicates well. We've got Henry Ocheng in midfield, who has got a good engine and good cover and good qualities on the ball. Kean Coleman, obviously, with his athleticism and his drive and his quality too, as he showed he scored a goal against Longford at the weekend. We have Rayon up front, who's a big target man, but also has good feet and good pace. And we have Dylan McGlade, who people know from the league of having been a bag of tricks and having good quality again. So we think I've probably missed out a couple of there as well, but I'm sorry. But no, it's good that we've added those players. Charlie Fleming as well, another great athlete at right back. Kyron at right back, who's again a good athlete, good delivery on the ball. Rob Slevin, centre back, who's a big strong lad again, and again a good player. So we're happy with the makeup of the squad and the new signings, and also the lads that re-signed.
Obviously, when you bring in such a large amount of players, it's how they gel is vital as well. How they all settled in.
Yeah, it's important, and it's important that they buy into what we're trying to do here, especially the lads we've brought in from the UK. That they get it and they understand what we're all about, and they understand what it is playing for Cork. And I think they've all done that. I think they've all gelled really well. The fact that they're all round about the same age helps. And even the experienced boys that are here already have helped them do that and let them know what we expect and the kind of culture we're trying to create here.
So do you have a selection headache now, or do you have your starting 11 in mind for Friday?
No, I have a selection headache. A lot of lads, have picked up niggles during pre-season, but as it comes towards the start of the season, everyone's raring to go. Connor Davis will be the only one unavailable to us out of the new signing, or out of the players and the new signing. So, which is a shame, because it'd be nice to see him playing, but we're happy enough with what we've got and the squad we've got, and it does leave me with a headache. Yeah.
Neale, have you spoken about the expectation ahead of the new season, or maybe the lack of expectation ahead of the season with the group?
No, I think that they understand where we are. We're the Cork City are a massive club, and you can't be a massive club without expectation. So we've explained to them that no matter what anybody says, there's going to be expectation on us, regardless of what people are saying in the papers or what people are saying about our squad or whatever. So we know there's expectations. So the lads are ready for that. They're prepared for it, and so are we. We just want to get the season started and show what we're all about.
Yeah, to have a good season, there's a lot of key issues, obviously, and probably the biggest one is fixing your goal scoring problem. That's obviously crucial, isn't it, to the season? Yeah,
I think everybody in the league would always say they could score more goals. The important thing is, I would take now winning every game 1-0, 100%. I'll take that. So we need to worry about every part of our game, keeping them out at one end and scoring them at the other end. So everyone's the same. Everyone is worried about who's going to score their goals, but also, are they going to win games? Are they going to keep clean sheets? That's also a concern for us. So we'll be set up. We've got good attackers that we'll be a threat to teams, I believe, with the quality we've got going forward. So, and also I think we've signed good defenders. So we'll see what happens in that regard.
In terms of winning confidence among the fans, given what went on last year, how important is it to start well, just to get the support back on your side again?
Yeah, I think that, like I've always said, we never get too high when we win, and we never get too low when we lose. So from our point of view, we just need to believe in what we're doing. If we win Friday, great. We don't think we're going to go on and win the league. And if we lose on Friday, we don't think we're going to get relegated. Football's not like that. So we have to believe in what we're doing, show a good performance, show good work rate, and I'm sure if you show good work rate and you show good performance, then the fans will start getting a little bit of confidence in us.
Would it be a good gauge to see, what's required? Friday night, Shell's up, they'll be expected to do well enough bit like yourselves probably. Will it be a good gauge of, you know?
Yeah, I think it'd be a tough game. Any game, first game of the season, it's going to be cagey. It's going to be tight. No one wants to give anything away. No one wants to lose their first game of the season. So I'm expecting Shells to come out and be difficult to beat. Obviously, I've got good experience of playing against them last season, and I know what they can do. And I know the players have signed a good League of Ireland players. So they'll be hard to beat. They'll come up with a plan of how to beat us and how to keep us at bay. But you're right. It is a good gauge. They're going to be one of the contenders, I would say, for Europe possibly. So it's certainly a game that we want to try and win.
Just the last one, Neale. I mean, they're a sleeping giant, aren't they, Shelbourne? Really, it's hard to believe they haven't been in the top flight for 11 years. Isn't it?
Yeah, obviously, you know, when I was playing back in the league, that was our biggest game. I felt our biggest rivals were Shelbourne, Cork City, Shelbourne were massive games. So it's great to reignite that, and I'm sure they'll bring a big crowd down from Dublin, and I'm sure that we'll have a big crowd as well cheering us on.
The home record obviously last year was disappointing. I think they won 3 or 4 games. So how important is it for you to have a good home record this season?
Yeah, massively important. But I think, you know, if we're talking about records, we won 2 out of our last 3 at home last season, and drew one when we should have won when we missed the penalty. Had that penalty gone in, we would have won 3 of our last home games. So, you know, not that makes much difference to the boys out there because a lot of them weren't here. So, you know, records are great, but when you're changing teams, it doesn't really matter to the boys out there. But from the fans' perspective, obviously we want to win all our home, or we want to be unbeaten at home. Every team does. I mean, I'd imagine every team wants to do that. Whether that's going to happen or not is a different case. But we want to give it a best shot. And as long as the fans again see what we're trying to do, then I'm sure they'll stick with us.
And do you think it's important that you get off to a good start, letting minds to the fans, like just to see that, just to buy into what you're trying to do? You know? Yeah,
I think so. I think that, you know, like as I said, the first game is always a tough game. It's never the most open flowing game. I don't think you can ever judge who's going to win the league by the first round of fixtures and who's going to get relegated. I think Dundalk have lost the opening game or drawn the opening game in the last couple of years and have gone on to win the league quite easily. So certainly we won't be making any rash decisions or rash reactions after the first round of games or the second or third round of games. It takes a little bit more than that. As long as we can see what we're doing, we're going in the right direction, I think that'd be fine.
And just as you have experience managing in the division, like the first initial talks really on like how like Shamrock Rovers putting like a B team in there, like do you think that there should be like something like to bridge the gap between the 19s and the first team?
Yeah, I do think that. I've kind of changed my mind on it after being at the launch and speaking to a few of the first division managers. I didn't see anything wrong with it. First of all, I thought it was not a bad idea as long as you couldn't bring. I felt it was a little bit unfair bringing lads in from the senior squad into the B squad or the 2 squad or whatever it's called. Having thought about it, having spoken to a lot of the first division managers, a lot of the teams, what they can give, what the likes of Drogheda, Longford, Cabinteely, what they can offer younger players is first team football. If all the top teams have a B team or have a second team, it kind of negates that. They can still sign for the bigger, so want of a better word, bigger clubs and still play first team football, but in the first division. So from that point of view, I've changed my mind on it a little bit. It has to be fair. It has to be done right. It has to be with the agreement of all the first division clubs. You can't just ignore the first division clubs. They've got a lot of passionate fans in the first division clubs, good owners, people who put good volunteers, people who put a lot of time and effort into it. Just to ignore them and plough ahead without asking their opinion on it and asking their permission for it, I think is wrong.
Like, so you could see why like first division clubs would be opposed to like.
Yeah, I can absolutely. I think the fact they haven't been consulted about a lot of the process of it, and they haven't been, you know, they obviously have raised concerns, and that seems to have been ignored. From the outside looking in, that's what it looks like to me, which is not right. You need to consult the clubs in the first division and find a solution. I think obviously the more teams in the first division, the more professional teams, semi-professional teams there is in Ireland, the better. But I think that we need to make sure that the teams, the likes of Longford, Drogheda, who's in the first division at the moment, Galway, UCD, those teams, they're still surviving, and there's still a chance for them to get up and to get good crowds and have competitive matches every week.
You spoke about the fans' expectations. What are your own for the season? Given that this might take time for the players to fade in and they can event from mid-table or higher.
I know. We don't want to. We're not going to make expectations. I'm not going to say our expectations because I just think we're just setting ourselves up to be misquoted or whatever. So from our point of view, we'll take it week by week and how we're doing it, and And we know it's difficult. We know it's difficult when you bring in a lot of new players, a lot of players from outside the league that are not used to it, and especially young players that are not used to playing first team football. It does take time, but it's also an exciting time as well. Who knows where some of these boys' careers are going to end? You know, and we're getting them early, and we're seeing them early in the early stages of their career. We'll have a little bit of input into their careers, and then who knows how good they're going to make it. That some of the players we have here, I'm excited about watching them and excited about seeing them in matches, and I watch them in training, and you know, I think a few of them have got what it takes to go all the way. So it's exciting for us, it's exciting for the club, and it's exciting for the fans that we get to see these players